I finally have in my possession the 12 Days of Eyeshadow from Clionadh. I don't know exactly what's in here, so I'm so excited to get all of these shadows onto my eyes. Clionadh's done this at least once before, but this is my first time partaking, and for me it is mostly like a true mystery box. They do post a video with spoilers, so you have the opportunity before ordering it to see exactly what's in it, but I started watching the video, I saw a couple days, and I was like, you know what, I like this, and I feel like it would be really fun to not see what else is in here until I have it in my hands. So I ordered it, the Canada Post strike happened, my package was stuck in Canada for a while, which I totally get. I stand with the strikers, but I'm also very happy that now I have the package to me. And because I've already waited more than a month to get this, I want to just dive right in. These are laid out and labeled really cutely. They're each bubble wrapped and you can't see what's inside, and each little bubble wrapping has a number on it. So in theory, if you wanted to do this like an advent calendar, and if events didn't transpire the way that they did, one could have opened one bundle a day. And I feel like that would have been really fun. I never buy like mystery boxes, but I'm often watching videos of other people opening them, and they're always so bad. There's like rarely an occasion where like it's better than just like picking out the couple things that you want. But I feel like, for me at least, I just love Clionadh so much. I just feel like everything they do is so good. Like, I've ordered so many shadows from them, and there's like a couple that I disliked, and even those couple that I disliked are probably a couple that, you know, there's a market for elsewhere. So I'm opening day one right now, and I remember this one being more than one shadow. Shadow quad. Like, how crazy? Ooh, oh, and actually, I think these are the same size as the Light Scatters palette, which is funny because when I had watched that video when this was first revealed, that palette hadn't been announced yet. But that's a fun little side note that I could like mix and match these in. Okay, so the first day eye swatches are 4 eye swatches. Is this video going to kill me? It doesn't say on this whether or not it's like multi-chromes or not, but here's a close-up look, and they do look really dimensional. Yeah, like all of them look interesting. Ooh, the iridescent has a really nice texture to it. Ooh, the shadow is so sparkly, and there's definitely multicolored sparkles in here. I'm seeing like red and green, and also I'm seeing a shift to something more golden. Oh my god. I'm like, we're 25% done with day one, and I love this. I wonder also, I feel like I'm way too rambly in this video already, but that's just the Hannah that we have today. I feel like Clionadh is a very thoughtful brand, and myself as a thoughtful person, if I were to create like an advent calendar, like a 12 days surprise, like whatever, you want certain points of it to like be the best. Like I think you want the last day to be awesome, like you're leading up to the biggest present, but also I feel like you want to start off with a bang and have the first one be really good. So I wonder if Clionadh's kind of like doing that model also, because I've seen other mysteries where like the last day is like a magnetic palette, and I'm like, that's boring. Give me like multiple shadows in the last day or something, you know? Okay, let's do this purpley one. This feels just like the previous. Ooh, I'm seeing a shift to that also. Yeah, both of these shades have a super nice texture. Like you feel it pick up, but it's also soft and it's not flaky. And they look really sparkly. This purple is like a really pretty shade of lavender with a very cool sparkle on top of it. And we see like the yellow shift to it. Pretty. I'm definitely even more excited though about this iridescent. Okay, the next day one shadow. We're gonna do this like really bold fuchsia hot pink, and it looks like it has blue sparkle to it. Ooh, this one picks up a little bit more on my finger, and I like that. Oh, wow. Oh, I really like this. It's like a bold Barbie pink, and I feel like out of the light is like an even brighter, almost reddish pink. I just feel like my mind's kind of blown already with this, that like all 3 of these shadows have been good enough that they could have been a day, but instead we have 4 of them for the first day. I love this. This is so pretty. And I don't think Clionadh has another shadow like this that I can think of. And then next up is this blue. Ooh, this also feels just like the pink one did. Oh. I feel like this is Clionadh's Paleomon. Look, oh my god. Like, not only does it like shift kind of green, but like it has this multicolored sparkle going on in it also. I haven't seen a shade like this yet that has multicolored sparkle, like this tone. Because I guess I feel like the multicolored sparkle trend has really coincided with a neutral trend. And although I do love me a good neutral, I feel like I'm getting a little bit more used to the multicolored sparkles and neutrals, you know? But this like beautiful blue with like a touch of green to it, with all of that multicolored sparkle going on, that's so special. Wow. Yeah, both of these are so bold. They have so much presence on my face, but they're also so pretty and they feel unique. Wow, awesome. This was a spectacular day one. Okay, next for our day two, if I remember correctly, I would say maybe I watched like 5 days of it in the video. Again, I don't remember exactly what they were, but I'm pretty sure all of the other ones I saw were like 1 shadow per day, which is fine by me, and probably even more fine by my eyelids. I'm having some memory of something that was like a berryish shade with multicolored sparkles. I hope I'm not making that up because that sounds really exciting to me. Day 2, we have, oh, looks like an iridescent. So this shade is called Brilliance. On the back of it, usually they say what the formula is, but this one just says Holiday Countdown 2024. I assume it would be like, I think Series 3 Iridescent is what they're doing now, but just fun little fact that I probably won't be able to tell you further which formulas these are. This looks very sparkly in the pan, and it's also very soft when I pick it up. Ooh, seeing like a teal to it. I love a teal iridescent. Okay, that's very glowy. Ooh. Okay, this is up my alley. I feel like this is the perfect texture that I'm going to love for my inner corner, but it also is bold enough that I like it on my lid. I feel like Clionadh, in the past, their iridescent formula was a little bit hit or miss for me. Some of the iridescents were beautiful, but they were way too chunky that I wouldn't wear them on my inner corner, and some I did like on my inner corner, but they were too smooth to wear on my lid, which like, I'm okay. I'm okay in iridescent that could just do one. I get it. We can't ask them all to do everything, but I do feel like a lot of the iridescents I've tried recently from Clionadh have been like multi-purpose iridescents, which is just the best. And especially this particular shade of teal is one of my favorite colors to wear in my inner corner to go with like anything. So I'm super excited about this one. I want to note also that last year they released this like holiday countdown box, and then they ended up bringing a couple favorites in as permanent shadows. So for instance, I have right in front of me, Myrrh. This is a shadow that's like really talked about a lot, and this came from the Holiday Countdown box last year. Orchid also, which is a shade that I really like, that was also in the box. So I'm sure that fan favorites of this, even though you can't get them right now without buying the whole bundle, could become available in the future, and I think it's worth it to like leave Clionadh a comment and let them know if there's a couple in particular that you're like really excited for. Okay, next we have number 3. This is so exciting. Okay. Oh, this one looks a little moodier, like a grayish blue. So number 3, oh, I love the shade of this. This is called Celadon. Oh my god. I'm seeing like, even in the pan, this like flip to like green, but also something bright and like warm to it. Oh, it kind of matches my nails. A little bit. Oh, I really love this tone. I'm so excited. I did not remember this one at all, but based on what we've seen before, I see why watching a couple days of it was enough for me to decide to get the whole box. Yes. Oh, I love this. Texturally, this one did feel a little bit rougher going onto my eye. I think this has like bigger particles to it, but I love the look of this. Sorry, I'm just so excited. I love this tone of like grayed out teal. And then if we tilt our head this way, we see like a grass green to this. I feel like I've encountered numerous shades recently that have been like a bluish shade that shifts to a greenish shade, and I'm just eating it up. I'm loving it every time. So that's so pretty. But then when I shift this way, it's like, what is that? Like a berry type of shade? Like a coppery berry? It feels very unique, whatever color that is. So I'm obsessed because I feel like if this was just this color, I would be excited. And then if it was just this color that has that green shift, I would be excited. Or if it was just this color with this berry shift, I would be excited. So the fact that it has all of that, oh, I love this. And I'm definitely going to wear it with this on my inner corner. I'm so excited. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be like a new Clionadh favorite. Okay, on to number 4. I'm laughing because it's just blowing my mind that like we've only unwrapped 3 days. This feels like, I feel like I'm dreaming. This feels too good to be true, but it is true. I'm living it. Okay, day number 4. Ooh, this one looks like a berry purpley pink. I wonder if this is the one that I feel like I'm remembering, but also this looks like it could be deeper in the base. I bet this is going to be like a chunkier shadow too. Ooh, that's so crazy how bold that shift is. Okay, let's get this on the eye. All right, feels soft to my finger. Yeah, this one actually does feel soft going on. Wow. Okay, it is a bit bolder in color, but that's so pretty. Yeah, this like rosy purple, I don't think I've seen a shadow this shifty in that color. That's crazy. And then also on top of it, you could see all these like, yeah, that's multicolored sparkle in that too. And even like from farther away, you can tell that there's something else going on in the sparkle. It doesn't look like a uniform rosy purple color. This one has to be like one of their dimensional lights, I would say, because it has that like intensity and shiftiness, but I don't think this has a black base. I didn't even say the name of this. This one was called Fusion. Number 5. Okay. Oh, I wonder if this was the berry that I'm remembering. Cool. Yeah, this looks so cool. Okay, this is the shade Vineyard? I don't know how you're supposed to say that. But yeah, this has got to be it because I love that berry in the base, but then it also has a really like powerful presence of green to it. Shades like this always remind me, I mean, I haven't put it in my eye yet, but shades like this remind me of 2 of the first shades that really excited me from Clionadh. There were 2 shades in my first purchase from them, which were Grisaille and Abrasion, and both of those, ooh, were like berry-based shades with like a different color to the forefront. Ooh. Yeah, I feel like on the eye, the green looks a little bit more golden. It's like a little bit brighter. I guess now it does look kind of bright now that I'm comparing them. But that's so pretty, and I love how obvious both are. I love when the shift and the base of a shadow are like, I mean, I guess I just love shifty shadows, because I was just saying before, I like when the shift and the base are similar to each other. I think that's so interesting. But I also like when they're like completely opposite like this. I think that just looks like so magical. This shade doesn't have multicolored sparkle, but it also doesn't need it. It's so pretty. I'm also a person that loves red and green together like year round, but I know it's particularly a holiday thing. So I feel like that looks like red and green. That's awesome. Number 6. Oh, looks like, ooh, something maybe like taupey green. My first glance, I thought it looked kind of purpley. Oh, I think we're in uncharted waters here. I think we're like past the point from what I saw in the video. This one is called Aureate? Aureate?
Aureate.
Aureate. Aureate. I'm gonna forget that. This one is Aureate, and I can't exactly put my finger on what this is. It is like an intense yellow? Like golden yellow? But then it also kind of looks like an antique gold, and it also looks like it has something cool to it, like either a gray or a really dusty blue? I don't know. I don't know about this one. In a good way. This one feels, ooh, it felt smoother in the pan, but it really like picked up a lot on my finger. Oh, interesting. I will say that often when I'm looking at like a range of neutrals, for instance, and I'm deciding which ones I want, I tend to stay away from the ones that lean more yellowy. I just feel like it's not my preference. But this one does feel very unique because it does have something dusty to it. And the yellowy, I think the thing is I don't like a soft yellowy gold, but this one feels brighter than that. Like this one feels nearly electric and not just like a pumped up gold. Yeah, I don't know. I love how bold it is on my face though. Like I love how much it stands off my face even farther away like this. Yeah, so I'm intrigued, but I can't exactly put my finger on it still, even with it on my eye. So time will tell. We've officially opened half the box now. So now that we're on to number 7, and the second half, I have no idea what's coming. I hope that it's not going to be like all really intense shadows. I feel like it won't be. I feel like Clionadh's really been releasing a lot of like pretty midtones, unless they're like, yeah, we released a lot of pretty midtones and now it's time to release all the intense shades. I don't know. Okay. Oh, this one looks like an intense pink. Not too dissimilar from the intense pink we swatched before, but this one doesn't seem to have the blue to it. This one is Rose Window. Yeah, it looks like a bold, hot pink. Does look like it has a little bit of goldenness to it and like a cool shimmer. This one feels more hard pressed. Yeah, and it feels a little bit more light going onto my eye. Like you can see the difference in intensity, I think. I'm going to dip back in, get a little bit more on my finger. Some shadows just need that. Yeah, and this definitely looks better layered up a little bit. Okay. Yeah, you know, it's cute. It's like a hot pink with like a lighter pink sparkle, and there definitely is some like yellowness when it gets the light, which is a contrast from like the coolness of the other sparkle. But I am just surprised that like this is day 7. I wanted to compare it to this hot pink, which was just 1/4 of day 1. And I feel like, yeah, this one is a lot more exciting, a lot more sparkly. Yeah, they're not exactly the same because this one from day 1 is more cool, but I just feel like if I'm wanting a hot pink, especially a recently released hot pink, I'm gonna be reaching for this one 10 times out of 10. So this is the first one that we've swatched that I'm like, yeah, I'm not that impressed by it. I guess I will say though that sometimes shades that are less impressive on the eye work better for me for like a shimmery lower lash line. So maybe I'll end up trying it as that, but still, not that exciting. I think though that if Clionadh knew that one was least exciting, probably smack dab in the middle of it is like the best place to put it. I think that's what I would have done too. Okay, number 8. Okay, we have another iridescent. Not really getting a vibe from this one yet. Okay, I think I'm seeing some orange sparkle to this one. It's called Star Cut. The orange sparkle doesn't really seem to be coming up on camera that much, maybe there a little bit. So I'm wondering if it's going to be an iridescent that like doesn't show the color as much, which is not my preference. Nice shot, nice soft shadow. Yeah, and this one is a bit of a thinner formula. Oh, but it does look really pretty. Okay, never mind. I'm a little bit scarred because, was it their last 9-pan collection? I think it was. I think it was the one that released right around Halloween. There was a pink iridescent in that collection, and that one really just looked white when I used it, so it's not something that I'm going to be continuing to use. But this one does not seem to be the case. It's like a really pretty orange with a shift to yellow. And also, I remember wondering once what the orange inner corner shades are, because the oranges that I have are a little bit more intense or a little bit more like reddish. So I think this will be unique in my collection and useful in my collection. Okay, Star Cut, sorry I doubted you. I'm actually really excited about this. Number 9. Does this look like a dusty blue? Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this one's also like in the realm of my nail color. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm intrigued. Oh, this is Gargoyle Light. Gargoyle's a shade that they have, right? Yeah, so I'm looking on their website and Gargoyle is one of the jeweled multi-chromes. It's like this intense green. So I never had it because I feel like after I bought my first couple jeweled multichromes, I realized they're a little bit too intense for me and I don't tend to wear them. But that's fun. I wonder if this one's going to have like that bright greeniness to it when we swatch it out, because it really just looks kind of like a soft grayed out teal. This one feels a bit more hard pressed as well. Oh. Yeah, this one does feel pretty subtle, but I do see that like green shift to it. I'm gonna layer it up a little bit. Okay, and there it comes to life on the second layer. I really like this. I feel like when they first released their line of jeweled light multichromes, I didn't buy any, and I kind of felt justified in that after seeing other people's swatches, that it seemed like although they removed the black base, a lot of them were still way too intense for my liking. So I wonder if they listened to people's feedback on it and they're going to be making more jeweled light multichromes that are actually less intense versions. I don't think they needed to call this gargoyle light because based on that swatch picture we just looked at, it doesn't seem to have the same like greeniness. Like I feel like this is a shade all on its own, but I'm still intrigued by the concept and I do like this a lot. I think this like particular shade is just so interesting, and I feel like in the past so many multichromes just all they had was a green flip, and I feel like we're seeing less green flips nowadays. Am I crazy? I feel like we are though. So all that to say, this is fun and I like this one. Okay, number 10, we've reached double digits. Okay, if I was Clionadh, this would be a very exciting shade because we're nearing the end. Oh, okay, it looks like a very dark shade. And you know, it makes sense that we're not gonna get through the entire mystery box without having something intense. Oh, it looks, I can't decide from the look of it in the pan if it's like a black with gold sparkle or if it is like a chocolatey brown. Because that's a funny thought that like, I don't think we've seen a chocolatey brown stained glass shadow from them. But my first thought seeing it was like, yeah, black. This is the shade Calligraphy. Ooh, I'm a little nervous. Okay, this one also doesn't pick up a ton in the pan. It feels a little bit more hard pressed as well. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, this one is reading brown to me, which I like. I like brown way more than I like black because brown feels more unique. And it does have a pretty intense shift to it, like a really fiery orange shift to it. And it also has this like yellow sparkle evenly dispersed through the whole shade. I don't know if this is a shadow I'm gonna be like reaching for to wear on its own just with my personal preferences, but I could imagine using this to deep up a shimmery look. I often feel that shimmers blend into other shimmers better than like trying to blend a matte into a shimmer. So this could be like a good tool to add depth. I don't hate this. I was nervous when I first saw it. I don't hate it. I just don't think it fits into my preferences. Day number 11. It is Christmas Eve. If it's day number 11, it's not Christmas Eve, but we're pretending. Oh, okay. Looks like a pretty bright blue with like purpleness to it. Okay, that's pretty. This is the shade Verre, V-E-R-R-E, Verre. I feel like I've seen shades like this before, but it also makes sense that like we're getting something bold in here. And I feel like I could have worn this on Christmas Eve. Yeah. Can't do that. It feels a little bit more like a standard shimmer when I pick it up. Something about the way that it picks up just reminds me of that. Ooh. Because it has the intensity. I think that's the thing. Maybe I'm more used to metallics like really having some like meat to them, but I'm not as used to multichromes having meat to them. Also, I should note that these aren't all necessarily multichromes. Like for instance, last year Myrrh, one that they brought back as like a regular shadow, it's a duochrome. And it's not like it tells me on the back of it which one is a multichrome or not, but I digress. This is a really pretty shadow, a lot of sparkle. I'm seeing a little bit of a deeper blue to the base, a really pretty like teal blue sparkle all over, and then the shift is to purple. That's really pretty. Again, not the type of shade that I reach in for all that often, but I do feel like there's quite a few occasions where I'm like, I want like a bold blue or like a bold teal. So I think I will be wearing it. I love the presence that it has on my face. I think the shifts to it are really pretty. I like the texture of it. So overall, yeah, thumbs up. For our final day, day 12, this one appears to be the same size as the quad that we had on day 1. And I'm a little bit nervous because my eyelids hurt just from like the amount of removing swatches. But that's also really exciting because I just feel like day 1 felt endless in a really good way. So I would also like an endless day 12. Oh, and also that would mean it's Christmas today, right? So it's like Christmas morning, doing my makeup, and this is what I open as a little surprise. As I'm filming this, it's the day after Christmas, so it's really not that far off. Okay. Oh, it's like a black version of the one that we had on day 1. Cute. Okay. Ooh, I wonder if that means that this one's going to be like more intense shades to go with the black packaging, or if the packaging's kind of irrelevant. Oh, I'm so nervous. Okay. All right, you can look before me, okay? How does it look? How did it look? Oh, interesting. Okay, these do look like deeper shades. Yeah, like this is a little bit more daytime and this is a little bit more nighttime. I am mostly excited for this blue that looks so electric and intense, but these do look really pretty. Let me start out with the 2 not blue ones so I can finish with the 2 blue ones. So I'm gonna start with this one here that looks kind of like an antique gold. Maybe a little purple in there. Oh, this one's very soft, very like creamy. Yeah, the formula in this one feels different from the rest. And I also do feel the roughness of it, but again, my eyes are particularly sensitive right now. Yeah, this shade feels a little messy. It's funny that like for a creamy shade, it was also a little bit fallouty because I'm seeing a little bit of a mess on my face. And I think that's from this. I don't think my face looked like that beforehand. I think it's a really pretty neutral though. A lot of dimension going on. You're seeing like a deeper brown base and this more antique gold forefront, but then it also has a goldenness in the light, and it seems to have a multicolored sparkle in there as well. So this shade's like a little bit of everything in a neutral, and I could definitely imagine myself wearing this or deepening up looks with this. And then there's this more purpley one. This one also feels a little bit soft, but also hard pressed. Ooh. Oh, I really love the color of this one. That purple is so pretty. The shift in it is very bronze. And I think I'm seeing some multicolored sparkle in there too. It's hard to tell at this point what's residue and what's the present shade, but I'm pretty sure I'm seeing at least like a subtle hint of multicolored sparkle going on. Yeah, both really pretty. I don't think I'm gonna wear either of them as much as I'm going to wear more of the mid-tone shades that are a little bit up my alley more, but both of these are really pretty. Okay, I wasn't wearing primer at all in the rest of the video, but I did prime my eyes because I am leaving these last 2 swatches on my eyes no matter what anyone says. Okay, let's start with the more electric one. It looks like it might be a smoother formula. Like these 3 look very sparkly in the pan. This one doesn't look quite as sparkly, but the color is not, I feel like the color's not properly translating on this. Maybe more like that. Like that looks more true to what I see with my eyes, but this is like washed out, you know? Some bolder colors or like neon colors just don't translate that well. That looks pretty true to what I see though. Okay, yeah, so this is very unshimmery. I wish I could see what they were calling these formulas, but maybe even in a way they benefit from like not having to label them, because like maybe they're also like, I don't know how to classify this. I like this type of shade though. Like I like this type of like satiny shade if I like the color, because I do find them to be easily blendable and they have like a nice sheen. Like I definitely will use this on my lower lash line, but also I feel like this could be an interesting base to then go over top with a more shimmery shade, you know? But definitely not everyone's cup of tea, and definitely like a big departure from the usual shimmer that we see from Clionadh, because this is like the smallest amount of sheen, and that's about it. Okay, this one looks hella sparkly though. Looks kind of like a bright teal, but it looks a little bit more dingy out of the light, a little bit more like grayish, and I'm into that. Ooh, this one has a really nice soft texture. Oh, pretty. It is kind of similar to that one that we swatched before, but this one seems a little bit more subtle, a little bit more grayed out. I really like this. Definitely in the same family though of like abrasion and also carving. I would put carving in that same family. It's like an interesting neutral, but it definitely has more color than a lot of other interesting neutrals. But in my opinion, it'll like go with any outfit. You know, like you're not gonna clash if you put this on before you know what you're wearing. Okay, so these two shades are very different. And I already committed to like not taking off my eyeshadow again. So I'm going to try to work some magic, and I will be right back with the finished look. And here is the finished look. On the lid, I just kept with the same two shadows. So this is the eye that we just had the like satiny one all over, and I used a fluffier brush to get some of that satin into my crease, and then I just topped over it with my finger with that other more sparkly bluish shade, and the two of them combined make a really pretty sparkly blue. This eye was the one that just had that sparkly shade. So I went in my crease with the fluffy brush with this satiny shade. This is hard without knowing what they're called. I wonder... No, there looks like there's just like a code under them. BQXM, yeah, I don't know. And then there's nothing on the back of these, so there's no hidden shade names. But yeah, basically I went over this with the satin shade and then reapplied some of the shimmer on top of it. The lower lash line is just the more satiny shade, and then the inner corner is that teal iridescent. I guess that was day number 2. Brilliance. And I'm thrilled with how this looks. I feel like this is going to be my favorite teal inner corner. This was fun. You know, it was a splurge. I don't even think I talked about how much this cost. So this retailed for $202 US. I was able to use a discount code and I got, I think it's 6% off that the discount codes get. So it was $190 to get this, and I paid $11 for shipping, $6 for the root protection. I paid $207 total for this. That is a splurge. I was thinking in the back of my head that it was more like $150, and I feel like it is a big difference between $150 and over $200. It's hard for me to separate buying this for fun from buying it for content creation, because like I did buy it with the intention of making a video, but I think that if I wasn't buying it with the intention of making a video, I would have talked myself out of buying it because it is just so much money. It is a perk though that you're able to see what you're getting before you get it. That's true. But it's also a trap because there's like some beautiful shades and it's like, well, if you want this right now, if you want to guarantee that you get this, the only way you can guarantee you can get this is by ordering the whole bundle for $200. I don't know. I feel like I usually don't harp on how expensive things are because I feel like, you know, we're all adults here and we could all make our own financial decisions of if we're willing to spend $200 on eyeshadow or if we're not. But I also feel like it's important to just put it out there, like put it out the reminder that $200 is a lot of money. And if you opted to not spend $200 on this, that's totally valid because that is a lot of money, and people like me who are buying it and showing it to you have another reason for buying it and showing it to you, which is content creation. Okay, on to the fun stuff. If Clionadh was like, hey Hannah, you are in charge, you singularly are in charge of deciding which shades get added to our permanent line, what are the shades? And that's a tough question. Well, and actually, if they were to ask me that, I might have to like keep in mind what they already have in their collection, what adds uniqueness, what would sell. So if they were like, Hannah, which shades do you like best? We'll add those to the collection. These are the shades that I like best. Celadon. I love the tone of this, and it's also so shifty. This is the one that was day number 3 and shifted to green, but also shifted to something like warm. You see that? Ooh, I love this one. And call me boring, but I feel like Clionadh really is nailing it with the iridescent formula. So this is Brilliance, that was day number 2, and Star Cut, that was day number 8. Yeah, day number 8. I really like both of these, as well as this iridescent from the day 1 quad. I don't know, like, if they were to bring some of these back, if these quad shades would come in like the full-size pans. Like, I don't really know what, I don't know what they're doing with all that, but I did really like this first iridescent also. I also really liked this hot pink with the blue shimmer to it, and I really liked this blue with the multicolored sparkle. I feel like this whole quad, I mean, the purple felt less special to me, but 3 shades out of the quad really like knocked my socks off. And in the black quad from day 12, I did think the shades were nice, but I feel like I could live without them. My favorite, actually, now that I'm thinking, I'm like, Art, I really did like the color of this purpley one, and I really did like this last one. I don't know if the last one's the most unique, though. Like, I don't know if they have to bring it back, but I am happy to have the 2 of these. The top 2, I think I will use, but I'm less excited about them. I was really excited about this one to start, but now that I have it in my eyes, I'm like, okay. Okay, I would choose the more sparkly shades over it. I also am quite excited about Gargoyle Light and Vineyard with that like burgundy base. Looked like red and green on the eyes. And I'm curious to see how my future plays out with Orit. Was that what it was called? I told you I was gonna forget. I'm not gonna put comparisons in here today just because A, I want to get this up for you guys as quick as possible, and that really kind of slows down the process, and B, these aren't available separately, so I'm not sure how much like specific information is warranted, but when and if they announce which shades are going to be permanent, I will do comparisons then for those shades, like more extensive comparisons, like looking into my whole collection and not just like my Clionadh shades. I'll do that for you then. There's my pledge. That's gonna be everything for today. If you enjoyed this, I hope you will give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I also have a Patreon, I'll have a link down below, where all year I've been randomly selecting eyeshadows and building a palette and making a couple looks of that. And if you subscribe now, all of the videos from the past year are available to you to watch. Either way though, I'm so happy you're here watching this. Thank you so much. And I will see you again very soon. Bye!